France and several other EU states are now locked in a heated clash over the supply of missiles to Ukraine, as reported by the Telegraph, exposing deep divisions within the bloc. Paris has strongly objected to Ukraine using the EU-backed loan to purchase British Storm Shadow missiles, insisting on stricter controls over fund allocation. France has consistently pushed hard for preferential treatment of the EU's own military industry, aiming to channel funds primarily to European manufacturers and suppliers. The controversy centers on the €90 billion EU loan, approved back in December to provide crucial support for Ukraine's defense needs against Russian aggression. This massive loan includes procurement rules that explicitly prioritize EU-made weapons over those from non-EU suppliers, creating barriers for external purchases. 11 EU capitals are now actively pushing to loosen these restrictive rules, allowing Kyiv greater flexibility to buy essential weapons directly from the United Kingdom. However, France has argued forcefully that EU money should primarily strengthen Europe's own defense industry, rather than benefiting foreign arms producers. For the sake of strategic autonomy, France seeks to reduce the EU's overall dependence on non-EU suppliers, building up homegrown capabilities for future conflicts. The push for greater strategic autonomy has intensified amid rising political tensions with the incoming Trump administration, complicating transatlantic alliances. Kyiv estimates that around €24 billion worth of vital weapons needed for this year simply cannot be secured from within the EU, highlighting critical gaps. This figure mainly accounts for the provision of US-made Patriot air defense systems and PAC-3 interceptors, which Europe lacks in sufficient quantities. The British Storm Shadow missile serves as a key gap filler for the EU, which currently lacks comparable long-range strike options to counter Russian threats. Amid this internal clash, the NATO chief has warned that such restrictive procurement rules could seriously weaken Ukraine's overall defense posture at a pivotal moment. Critics argue that France's rigid position risks delaying critical weapon deliveries, especially as Russian air attacks intensify across Ukrainian cities and infrastructure. The attempt to prevent undue French influence is being championed by Baltic and Scandinavian states, who prioritize rapid arms flow to the front lines. 8 other countries, including Germany, have voiced strong support for a more favorable approach towards Britain, seeking pragmatic solutions over ideology. Meanwhile, Moscow has condemned all Western arms supplies to Ukraine, claiming they only serve to prolong the devastating conflict and escalate suffering. Russian officials have also alleged potential embezzlement of EU funds allocated to Ukraine, accusing Kyiv of widespread corruption in military procurement processes.